Today, we are interested in the romantic life of Outlander's Claire Fraser, played by Katrina Balfe, and Outlander's Jamie Fraser, played by Sam Heughan. From the wedding day of Claire and Jamie, they have come together to provide us with some of the hottest scenes from Outlander. So what are the steamiest moments involving Claire and Jamie Fraser? Keep watching to find out. Firstly, the 6th season of Outlander proved that the show is now truly greater than Claire and Jamie. Outlander Season 6 has drawn criticism for lacking a clear focal point, but the show is making progress in eschewing Claire and Jamie as its main figures in favor of the younger Fraser generation. The narrative in Season 6 may be causing some viewers who have grown to appreciate the turbulent and passionate romance between Claire and Jamie of Outlander to feel a little distant from them. Less emphasis has been placed on their relationship and physical connection, as the couple is pulled in different directions by the impending war, Claire's trauma, and the new residents of Fraser's Ridge, which may have altered how the show seems to viewers. Jamie Fraser, a Scottish Highlander, and his time-traveling wife, Claire, are at the center of a tale that blends magic, science, mysticism, and history. Outlander is based on Diana Gobbledone's novels. Although most of the previous 5 seasons of the series have been nearly entirely devoted to the connection and lifestyles of its key characters, Outlander Season 6 has the ability to cover a wide range of stories. But as the number of seasons increases, many of the younger characters are becoming more developed and creating their own story arcs, and Jamie and Claire have begun to fade into the background. The younger generation appeared to be the emphasis of Outlander Season 6, in contrast to the first 5 seasons, which gradually introduced characters such as the Fraser's children, Brianna and her husband Roger, Fergus and his wife Marcelly, and their nephew Ian. On the eve of the Revolutionary War, Jamie and Claire continue to make significant decisions that impact both their family and history. However, Outlander Season 6 demonstrates that the drama has grown wider than just the two of them. Other characters than Jamie and Claire received a lot of attention in the 6 season's most intriguing and moving scenes. Fergus's escalating alcoholism and his worries for his infant son, Henri Christian, have been handled with the same delicate nuance given to prominent characters in previous seasons. It is lovely to see Roger's enthusiasm for educating and serving the Protestant people of Fraser's Ridge grow, and his pleasure in Brianna as she rediscovers her passions. Marcelly has developed into a tough and powerful woman who challenges Claire with her unwavering resolve. The young Ian Murray's Mohawk existence and the grief he experienced were shown in the bottle episode Hour of the Wolf. This allowed viewers to fully comprehend him and how history affects him. The series assures that it continues to disclose uncharted territory by broadening its focus. For instance, Fergus reminded the audience of the radically different life he had led prior to Jamie taking him in after being abandoned in a brothel in France. He did so when he described the basis for his concern regarding Henri Christian's dwarfism. His persona is ready to blossom into one that is even more intriguing and compelling as he and Marcelly try to raise their family. The possibility for both success and disaster is increased when Roger and Brianna adapt well to their new surroundings by taking some of their 20th century life with them. Additionally, when Ian talks about his losses, viewers grow more intrigued by the prospect of finding new happiness. Although Claire and Jamie Fraser are legendary in the world of love, even the most enduring relationships end in contented bliss. The show is letting the true enchantment of their passion come through by broadening the lens through which Outlander explores the narrative of their love and the legacy of that partnership. Now, let's rank Outlander's steamiest moments involving Jamie and Claire. In the last position on today's list, we have a scene from episode 6 of season 5. At Aunt Jocasta's wedding, Jamie gets into a gambling jam and uses Claire's rings as collateral, which leads to an argument when the two later cross paths in the stables. At one point, he said Claire is a woman like no other, but she should keep in mind that she is still a lady. He gets smacked in the face by Claire as they collide in exasperation. In 11th place, we have a scene from episode 7 of season 5. Claire tries to divert the Highlander, who is also celebrating a significant birthday, hours before Jamie must join the Redcoats to battle regulators at the Battle of Alamance. Another worry for Jamie is whether his charisma will wane as he approaches his big 5-0. Taking advantage of the situation, Claire starts a morning fling while singing Happy Birthday in a breathy, sensual imitation of Marilyn Monroe. In 10th place, we have a scene from episode 13 of season 3. Unaware of the approaching shipwreck that would send them to North Carolina, Claire and Jamie spend some time alone on a ship bound for Scotland after saving their kidnapped nephew Ian Fraser Murray, played by John Bell. Claire approaches Jamie while beaming with happiness. She gives him a hint and he responds, saying that he has thought long and hard about what he wants to do to her when they reach dry land. They do not, however, wait for dry soil. 9th on the list for today is a scene that occurred in episode 1 of season 4. After realizing the danger of the new world, Jamie and Claire find a comfortable and secure camping location in the woods. The two converse deeply around a roaring campfire and make the earth-shattering declarations of love that the drama's fans have come to expect. Jamie asked, "Don't you realize how little death is in comparison to us?" saying that his soul will be Claire's even when his body passes away. They then permit their desires to ignite like the flames nearby with declarations of that nature. The next one took place in episode 9, season 3. Jamie and Claire are stranded at sea with no wind and a diminishing water supply while sailing on the Artemis to Jamaica. Due to a particular living arrangement with the yet-to-be-married Marcelly and Fergus, they have also been separated at night. It's plenty to rejoice about when it rains after a long time. Their joyful attitude swiftly changes into an urgent getting together in an empty storage room as they stumble through the hallways. In 7th place, we have a scene in episode 11 of season 3. A wild evening on board the ship begins with Jamie and a hurt Claire after Marcelly and Fergus get married. Claire can barely give herself the necessary antibiotics before the aphrodisiac kicks in as she devours a sherry-filled turtle soup provided by devoted companion Mr. Willoughby. She tells Jamie in an inebriated manner to bolt the door. We are now halfway through the ranking of Outlander's steamiest moments involving Jamie and Claire. The next moment occurred in episode 9 of the first season. The newlyweds at this moment still have a lot to learn about one another. Jamie reprimands Claire for disobeying him after saving her from the ruthless Black Jack Randall, risking the lives of his men in the process. But she also needs to set her own limits, as she wants to be treated equally with him, and he comprehends. Jamie swears, brandishing a dagger, saying that if ever his hand is raised in defiance against her again, then he prays that the holy iron pierces his heart. In 5th place, we have a scene in episode 8 of season 2. Jamie and Claire return to Lallybrook as tensions between England and Scotland increase. Jamie admits his ancestry by telling Claire that his father was a bastard. He says he is sorry for the secret and that it was weak-minded of him. He is reassured by Claire that it has no bearing on her. Less is more when it comes to being sexy, as evidenced by the sincere and private moment that leads to Jamie picking Claire up and carrying her to bed. The next moment happened in episode 4 of the second season. Jamie's horrible mistreatment dampens their budding romance at the hands of blackjack, but Claire is adamant about helping her husband recover. After a brief argument, Jamie departs to sleep in a different room. Claire, however, has other plans. She enters covertly and ensnares him. She implores Jamie to come to find her. We are now diving into the top 3 steamiest moments of Jamie and Claire. The next moment occurred in episode 13 of the 2nd season. Jamie makes the terrible choice to use the mystical stones at Crach na Dun to bring a pregnant Claire back in time just hours before the Battle of Culloden. Before Claire is aware of where Jamie is taking her, she is in the clearing. He starts saying their goodbyes with little time to spare. They enjoy their last moments together. In the second place is a scene that occurred in episode 6 of season 3. Both for the audience and the recently reunited Jamie and Claire, 20 years of estrangement and repressed appetites were intolerable. After a heartbreaking goodbye kiss in Jamie's print shop, he finds out that Claire's only motivation for coming back from the future was to be with him, and it just took that for things to get heated. "So, will you join me in bed?" he says. A night-long rediscovering that follows leaves both parties feeling incredibly content. The steamiest moment was in the 7th episode of season 1. The title of this early episode, The Wedding, may have just as easily been The Consummation. A detailed account of Jamie and Claire's passionate first date as husband and wife is given, including details about their first 3 times in bed. We want to watch this episode over and over again because of the couple's growing confidence in one another. Claire tells her new spouse that she wants to look at him, so he should take off his top. After her slow walk-around evaluation, he responded, telling her to remove her top as well. That brings us to the end of today's video. Do you agree with the ranking of the steamiest moments of Jamie and Claire? If not, which moment would you consider to be your best? Let us know in the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.